Hi there, this is Jonathan Ginsberg. I'd like to talk to you today about the difference between bankruptcy and a debt settlement type of program. And if you listen to radio or watch TV, you'll see or hear a number of these different debt consolidation companies basically saying if you have $10,000 or more of credit card debt, there's some sort of secret plan that the credit card companies don't want you to know about that you can use to reduce or get rid of your credit card debt and so forth. And quite frankly, that's really kind of a bunch of hokum. There are no secrets the credit card companies don't want you to know. Basically, debt settlement companies, the reason they use the $10,000 figure is that less than that is really not worth their time, and it's hard to really make much of a dent. So basically, what it boils down to is that debt settlement is when you or someone on your behalf contacts the credit card company or any other creditor for that matter, works out some sort of a deal where you repay either the full balance or some smaller amount over time and gets rid of the debt that way. And of course, from the credit card company's perspective, they want to get paid as fast as they can. My experience has been they're willing to deal if your debt is old enough. In other words, if you've got a debt that is not even 30 days late, they're not going to negotiate at all. If you're 3 or 4 months late and you're self-employed or you don't have a steady job, then they'll be more willing to negotiate. So again, some of the ads you hear are kind of silly because again, there are no secrets that the credit card companies don't want you to know. That being said, debt settlement does have its place. If you don't qualify for Chapter 7, for example, or if the monthly payment in your Chapter 13 would be just too high, then debt settlement may be your only option. My experience has been that if you want to do a debt settlement, you're best off if you have access to a lump sum of cash. Most of these credit card companies are not really inclined to take monthly payments. They want cash. And again, the way the debt settlement companies work is they will try to work out a deal. They will collect money from you, and basically they will notify the credit card company, we're in the process of collecting money, we're going to pay you a lump sum at some point down the road. Interest is built into it and so forth, and if everything goes as planned, you will pay the debt consolidator for a while, and then the debt consolidator will pay off the debt. The problem, of course, is it's going to trash your credit, number one, and number two is that the debt consolidation companies charge a huge fee, and usually they're the first ones to pay themselves. So again, I'm not saying they shouldn't get paid for their work, but realize that the money you're paying, even if it's a quote-unquote non-profit, is used to pay the debt settlement company. Bankruptcy, by contrast, is a court authorized type of way to deal with debt. In Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you are using the power of the bankruptcy court just to get rid of debt. So in Chapter 7, your debt just goes away if you qualify for it. And in my opinion, that's really a better solution than to deal with debt over a long period of time or trying to pay something back that you just can't afford. If you can fit into a Chapter 7 and it makes sense, just make it all go away. Chapter 13 is a kind of bankruptcy where you pay back your debt over time. It's a payment plan, but it's done under the protection of the bankruptcy court, meaning that there's no phone calls, letters, lawsuits, anything like that. So if you're looking to do a debt settlement, Chapter 13 is something to look at because, again, it's done under court protection. You will not have to deal with a private company taking your money and maybe running away with it, that sort of thing. So again, I think when you look at your different options, if you're looking at debt settlement, that may be something you decide to do. I would just tell you, look at bankruptcy as well because it's all kind of in the same neighborhood, and try to make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy might make more sense for you. And secondly, look into the track record of the company you're looking to deal with. In Georgia, for example, the state attorney general has sued a number of these debt settlement companies for ripping people off. And again, I'm not saying that they're all bad. I'm just saying that a number of them have been sued in various states for basically charging a lot of money and not really delivering very much. And of course, the third thing is to consider how this is all going to affect your credit. My view is that Chapter 7 in particular, you file it, it's over in 5 or 6 months, you start to rebuild your credit. Your credit's going to recover within about a year. You'll be debt-free, as opposed to a bunch of slow payments that can stay on for a long time. And it really takes longer, in my view, to restore your credit from a debt settlement than it would from a Chapter 7. So just things to think about. And again, if you have any questions about the bankruptcy process, please feel free to call my office. We're at 770 393-4985.